Good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
All right, here we go. Practice test. It should be posted. You should be able to see it. It's a lot of questions. Don't panic. Was it 40 something? 44 questions. So will not be 44 questions on the test. There'll be about 20, I think about half. So I'm going to take each one of these sections. Notice there's like 4 questions in each section, and I will ask 2 of them. So from every section that you see here where there's instructions, I will ask 2 of them. All right. Today's classes, we're not going to go over every single question. I'll do, I don't know, maybe one of each one. But I will give you the formulas for each one. I'll open it up to questions. If there's questions, I'll answer them for certain. But I'm not going to do each one. That's your job. So your job is tonight, between now and the test day, which is tomorrow. I'll have the test posted by 7:30 in the morning. Hey, there's the bell. Class is supposed to start. I'll have it posted by 7:30 in the morning, and then you're at your leisure, finish it during the day. As always, you can use your book of truth. You can use a calculator. So here we go. You're going to notice that all of these follow the same pattern of how I asked the question. I'm going to have one of the shapes. Remember, the shapes we dealt with were prisms, pyramids, cones, cylinders, and spheres. And for each one of the shapes, each one of the 3D shapes, we calculated the lateral area, we calculated the total area, in other words, the surface area, and we calculated the volume. And there's a different formula for each one. So here we go. So the first thing in the chapter was prisms. We did lateral area, total area or surface area, and volume. Remember, lateral area is the area of just the sides. Be very careful with this. Notice question number 1 is maybe the hardest question. It's not hard to calculate, but it's the hardest one to wrap your head around. If lateral area are the sides, be careful. We're talking about sides of a prism. The sides of the prism are the rectangles. Notice the way that number 1 is positioned. It certainly looks like the sides would be the triangles. No, the triangles are the bases. Just because they put the prism on its side here doesn't change the fact that the sides are the rectangles. So you're only calculating the area of the rectangles for each one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're just doing the, for lateral area, you're doing the area of the rectangles. So let's see, formula for area of the, or the formula for LA, lateral area. The formula for prisms, and this is only for prisms, is that lateral area is equal to little p, that's perimeter, times the height. That's the whole formula, pH. But you got to know what each one of those means. So how about we look at number 2, because number 2 is the way we like it, where the base is the bottom. So on number 2, the base is a pentagon. Lateral area has nothing to do with the base. It's the sides. All the sides are rectangles. So we need to calculate the perimeter of the rectangle. In blue here, look, 7 is one of the sides of the base. And the base would be the perimeter would be all of the sides of the bases added together. So it's saying, this is a regular prism here. It's saying that one side is 7. So all the sides, this side is 7, this side is 7. I'm not going to draw, well, okay, I will. So that side 7 and that side 7. There's 5 7s. So the perimeter, 7 times 5 is 35. The height of a prism is the perpendicular distance between the 2 bases. The 2 bases here are the 2 parallel sides, the 2 pentagons. Hey, look, the 2 pentagons, their distance is 4. I understand that it's confusing and like there's numbers everywhere here. You have to be able to tease that information out. Height is defined as the perpendicular distance between the two bases. The bases here are the two pentagons. So this is just 35 times 4. 35 times 4, 4 times 5 is 20, carry your 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2, 140. Areas are always in square units. So this would be in miles squared, 140 square miles. As always, you can check your answers. That was number 2. Number 2, yes, I got it right, 140 square miles. All right. I said I was only going to do one from each section, but I will open it up. Oh, I messed everything up now. There we go. I will open it up to questions, and then I'm going to explain number 1. So any questions on how you calculate the lateral area of a prism?
No.
Okay. Be careful with number 1. Notice the 2 parallel sides are the 2 triangles. The 2 triangles are the base. So you're calculating the lateral area, the area of the sides. And also notice this one's, I think it's the hardest one on the entire sheet. Notice that this is the distance between, I'm sorry, this is the distance of this part of the triangle. 4 is the distance of this part, and the unknown side is the dotted line, but on the other side, on the other side, look, it's listed as 5. So this side is 5. So the perimeter will be 3, 4, and 5. So 12, and then the distance between the 2 triangles is 5. This one's number 1 is the hard one. All right, formula is pretty easy though to understand. It's just pH. All right, let's look at the next section. The next section is total area or surface area, and I got the same shapes again. All right, total area. Let's see. Let's write the formula down. Total area. By the way, if you want to make a mini resource card for your test, that would be good. And you could just replay the video. I'll have the video posted, I don't know, 30 minutes after the class or something like that. So you can play the video at your own comfort, at your own speed when you're doing these problems. All right, total area is equal to the lateral area. Well, we just defined the lateral area as the perimeter of the base times the height of the prism.
You're doing number 5 or 6?
I'm not doing any of them yet. I'm just writing the formula. Plus 2 of the base areas. Capital letter B stands for base area. And since there's 2 bases, we need 2 of them. All right, Matt, pick one. Which one you want me to do?
5.
All right, we'll do 5. Good, because that'll give us a practice. Now, the only difference with number 5 is notice that it's basically the same orientation as the previous one. So it'll give you good practice on that. I'll do it in red. How about that? All right. So first thing we need is the perimeter of the base. Remember, the base is not the rectangles, any one of them. It's the triangle. So we need the 3 sides of the triangle. We need this side. Hey, that's 10. We need this side. Don't know. It's not listed. We need this side. Don't know. That's not listed. So we got to do a little bit of hunting. So notice that this side right here, well, this side isn't listed, but on the opposite side right there, it says it's 8. Okay. Maybe I do the numbers in blue so they stand out. Okay, so that side is 8. I've got 10 and I've got 8. Now we need that third side of the triangle. Remember, the triangle is the base. So we need this side right here, not listed, but right there.
6.
It's 6. All right. So we can list that one as 6. So the perimeter will be 10 plus 8 plus 6. 10 plus 8 is 18. Plus 6 is 24. We get 24. The height is the perpendicular or the distance between the 2 triangles. Notice that would be 6. The distance between the 2 triangles is 6. So that's 24 times a 6 plus 2 of the base areas. Well, the base is a triangle. If I draw that triangle, notice it's a right triangle. How do I know it's a right triangle? Look, there's a little square right there. If I draw that, we just figured out this side was 8. We figured out that this side was 6. Well, there's the base and the height of the triangle for a right triangle. Base times height divided by 2. Remember, area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. 8 times 6 is 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. So it's 2 times 24. I'll talk about that one more time. The base area for this particular one is a triangle. Notice on 6, it's a rectangle. The base area on number 7 is a trapezoid. The base area on number 8 is another triangle. All right, so 8 times 6 is 40. Base times height divided by 2 for area of a triangle. So 48. Oh, by the way, if I would have been thinking ahead, I wouldn't have divided by 2 because now I'm going to multiply by 2 again. All right, let's see. 6 times 4, 24, carrier 2. 6 times 2 is, well, we already did that calculation, right? Oh, no, that was the other triangle. It wasn't one. It was 140. This one's 144. So 144 plus 48. 2 times 24 is 48. Let me keep. Can we do that math quickly in our head? 8 plus 4 is 12. Carrier 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. Plus 1 is 9. I'm getting 192. It's an area again, so it will be kilometers squared. That seemed like a lot of work, and it was. There will be 2 of these. 2 of these. All right, I got 192. That was what, number 5? 192. Let's check. Number 5, 192. We're cooking with gas now. All right. Questions for total area?
Nope.
All right, moving on. Number 8 is basically the same problem as number 5. The only difference is that now it's standing on its base. A bit more convenient. I'd say 7 is a bit more challenging too. It's a trapezoid. Remember, the area of a trapezoid is add the 2 bases, multiply by the height, and then divide by 2.
Which one's the base on number 7?
Well, remember, for any prism, the base is the 2 parallel sides. The 2 parallel sides there are the 2 trapezoids. So the bases are the trapezoid. Number 6 is the only weird one in the sense of, well, which side is the base? Well, it turns out for a rectangular prism, any side can be the base because they're all rectangles. But, you know, it doesn't really matter. Maybe I'd choose the bottom to be the base, but it doesn't really matter on number 6. The last one, the easier calculation for prism, is the volume formula. So V for volume for any prism is equal to the base area, capital B, not just the base, but base area times the height. Well, that's an easy calculation. Pick one, Matt.
Number 10.
Number 10. I'm going to do number 12 as well, too, just to remind you of the formula for base area of a regular polygon. Okay, so number 10, we need the base area. Remember, it's a prism. So the base is the triangle. The sides of a prism are rectangles. The rectangle's not the base. It's a triangle. I need base times. I know it's a right triangle again. So I got a base of 4. I got a height of 3. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So that'd be 4 times 3, 12, divided by 2, 6. So I got a base area of 6, and the distance between the 2 triangles is 7. There's no challenge here. That's 42. Just remember, it's not going to be in square units. It's going to be in cubic units because we're doing volume. So 42 cubic units for number 10. Checking my answers. Number 7. Wait, what? Sorry, number 10. 42 cubic units. Almost thought I got the question wrong. I said I would do number 12 just to remind you. So I'm going to erase this. Well, I'll leave the BH there. And remind you that there will be one extra formula kind of hidden that you need. Well, we know the area formula for a rectangle, base times height. We know the formula for area of a triangle, base times height divided by 2. We know the formula for area of a trapezoid, the 2 bases added together times the height divided by 2. But now we got the pentagon. Remember, the only formula we have for anything larger than a quadrilateral is if it's a regular polygon. And by the way, they'll give you a regular polygon. So the formula for area of a regular polygon from the previous chapter, this is for area of a regular polygon, is A, where A was the apothem, the distance from the center to any one of the sides, times the perimeter, all divided by 2. So you will need that formula to do number 12. Because the first thing we got to do is calculate the base area. The base area, this is a pentagon, right? Pentagon. But there's no, remember, this is the one where you did, you had to figure out, we did a little bit of trig or special right triangles to find the apothem. I'm going to give you the apothem. Look at number 12. Notice I'm giving you the apothem. So no weird calculation here. It's just straight up, that's the apothem. So to find the base area of this, we simply need to take the apothem, 6.2. Now you can make a mistake because we got to multiply it by the perimeter. Well, one side of the pentagon was 9. There's 5 of them. 9 times 5 is 45. So this would be 45. That's your perimeter. The apothem was 6.2. Matt, you got your calculator handy? All divided.
I can very quickly.
All right, go grab calculator.
Got it.
Okay. 6.2 times 45 divided by 2. And that would be my base area.
139.5.
And we need to take that and multiply it by the height of the prism. Well, the height is the distance between the two pentagons. That's 7. So multiply your answer times 7 and you get
976.5.
976.5. Does it say round to the nearest tenth in the instructions? I think it does. And that's in kilometers. We're doing volume, be careful, cubed. I think it says in the instructions. Let's see. Instruction.
It says nearest hundredth.
100th. Okay, so we're fine. 976.5 for number 12. Let's see. Number 12, 976.5. Look at us. We haven't gotten one wrong yet. It's coming probably. Let's see. All right. We are done with prisms. That was all that first section. The second section dealt with, this would be 12.2, dealt with pyramids. Pyramids, same 3 things: lateral area, total area, volume. So maybe on your cut down resource card, LA, this is for pyramids, sorry. For pyramids, lateral area, looks kind of familiar to the other one, but not exactly. It's going to be the perimeter, P, not times the height, but times the slant height, times L divided by 2. So this one is different. So it's PL, L is the slant height, all divided by 2. All right, nothing tricky here at all. It's just a perimeter. You're not going to mess up on what's the base here. It's going to be very clear. It's a pyramid. So all we need is the perimeter. Pick one, Matt. 13, 14, 15, 16.
15.
15. All right. So we need the perimeter of the base. Well, ooh, be careful. I got an 8. Well, there's nothing on the other side, so it would be an 8. I got a 9. I got nothing on the other side, so it would also be a 9. So 8 plus 8 is 16, plus a 9, 25, plus another 9, 34. So I got a perimeter of 34. Remember, slant height was the perpendicular distance from the outside. What's going on here? Why is this one 11 and this one's 10.8? All divided by 2. Those should be the same. This is not.
That is exactly why I chose that one.
There's something mistake here, because this is an oblique. Or is our eyeballs messing up on us? This is either a mistake from the program or they gave me an oblique. I mean, one of these could be a height, but it would have to come from the center. I just think 15 is a bad question. Let's skip number 15. I wonder why my honors kid, nobody pointed this out. No one caught this. This is an oblique one. All right. Notice on the other ones, that is not the case. That is not the case. It is the case. There's 2 oblique ones here. They weren't supposed to give me oblique ones. Shame. All right. Because obviously you would get different answers there if this was not. So we will only do 13 and 16. Just do 13 and 16. 13 and 16. So 13, we'll just make it a regular pyramid. So where the bottom is a regular polygon. All right, 13, 16. So notice that the reason why the measurements are different is because it's not a square, it's a rectangle on the bottom. And our formula for lateral area only includes our formula is for a regular polygon. How you just so you know how you would handle this, it's not a mistake. And now that I see what's going on here, it's not a square, it's a rectangle. You would have to do two separate calculations. You'd have to do one for two of the sides and then one for the other two sides. You'd still get the lateral area though. It wouldn't be PL divided by 2 though. It would be half of the perimeter times slant height divided by 2 plus the other half. All right, so 13 and 16 for those you listening, that's what we got to use. 13 and 16. All right, let's see how this works. Which one did you say, Matt?
16.
All right, we'll do 16. 16. And the honors kids are taking the test right now. I got to make sure that I didn't even see that. I got to make sure that I gave them, maybe they'll figure it out. We'll see. The perimeter 9 times 4 would be 36. So we get 36 times the slant height, which is 11.9. This is definitely calculator 1, all divided by 2. So do that real quick.
$214.2.
And I'm sure it's the same instructions. We are doing area. So therefore, it would be 16 yards squared. Okay. Number 16, 214.2, 16. 214.2, look at us. Found, it's not a mistake. It's just a bad question. All right. Next one, total area. I'm gonna do it the smart way here because I need that formula. And once again, this would be, notice they are all regular this time. So this one will work. Okay. So TA for total area, all the surface area would be the lateral area.
Missed a 2 down in the bottom.
Oh yeah. Would be the lateral area plus the base area. So let's see, the base area would be, well, there's 2 different bases here. Some are rectangles. I'm trying to erase this. I couldn't do it. Some are rectangle or squares and some are triangles. So we have 2 different shapes there. And this will be plus, not 2B, but because there's only one base, but 1B. So we'll do one of each. We'll do a square and we'll do an equilateral triangle as well too. All right, for the square one, let's see. PL divided the perimeter here is one side is 6. There's 4 of them. 4 times 6 is 24. So we get 24 times the slant height. Oh, why can't they give me friendly numbers so I can do it in my head, but not today. All divided by 2 plus the base area. Well, the base is a square. 6 times 6 is 36. So type all that into your calculator, Matt, and we get
$116.4.
And we are doing total area, so it's still in square units. So inches squared. All right, 116.4, according to Matt. Let's see. We're bingo. All right. We'll do one with the, that's volume. We'll do one with a triangle. It's the same calculation. It's just going to have different numbers. So let's see what we get here. Well, this time the perimeter is what, 3 11s? So that would be what, 33? So the perimeter would be 30. I wrote 11, would be 33. The slant height here is 8.6.
Wait a second. Which question are you on?
18.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were on 17.
No, we just did it. We just did 17. We just got the right answer.
Oh yeah.
All right. Divided by 2. Okay. And then the base area would not be 36. The base area would be, let's see, it's triangle. So base times height divided by 2. Well, I can see the base. The base is 11. The height is 9.5. Oh, they're not going to make my life easy, are they? 11 times 9.5. Be careful when you type this into your calculator, Matt. All divided by 2. All right, see what you get. I'm going to do it on my calculator too.
I got 194.15.
All right, let's just check the answer. What number was that? Oh yeah, it's 18. 194.15. Very good. 194.15. 194.15. Very good. Quicker than me. So that wasn't too bad. All right. As always, the third one will be volume. Volume of a pyramid is V for volume. Let's see. The guy took 3 pyramids and it made 1 rectangular prism. So it would be capital B base area times the height, all divided by 3. All divided by.
I thought those were cones.
That was pi r squared h divided by 3, because the base area is a circle. So this one's the same one, divided by 3, except that the base is not going to be a circle. So that's why you don't get a pi r squared in it. By the way, it's the same formula, right? It literally is the same formula. The difference is that B is a different shape. And then for cones, instead of writing the B, we write pi r squared. For a pyramid, well, we don't know what shape the base is. The base could be a rectangle, it could be a triangle, any of those. All right, so pick one.
21.
21, what's the shape of the base?
Rectangle.
So that's just base times 8. Height, 8 times 12 is 96. The height, well, that's 8. And we just need to divide that by 3 and we're done. Volume for all of these, except for sphere, is the easier of them to do. So what do you get? And this would be in cubic units.
256 meters cubed.
All right, so that's number 21. Checking the answers. 21. Where's 20? 256 cubic meters. Okay. The only difference between that one and number 22 is the base is a triangle, base times height divided by 2. So we could do that one real quick as well too. Let's see, base times height divided by 2, 4 times 3, 12 divided by 2 is 6. So we get a base area of 6 and we get a height of 7. I can do that one in my head, right? 6 times 7 is 42. 3 goes into 42, 14 times? So I'm getting 14 cubic inches, I believe. Is that right? Should be, it should be a 3. 3 goes into 6, 2 times 7 is 14. So yeah, 14 cubic inches for number 22. For number 22, 14 cubic inches. All right, that seemed too easy because it was. All right, if there will be a problem, it will not be up to this point. It will be dealing with cones and cylinders because we get 2 formulas. We have 2 different shapes. All the other sections, they did 1 shape per section. This one, they did 2 shapes in 1 section. So we're going to get double the formulas here. So let's see. And these are forgettable, very forgettable. Lateral area of a cone. And then we got to do lateral area of a sphere. All right, lateral area of a cone. And these kind of look alike, but they are different. They kind of look alike, but they are different. Lateral area of a cone. Do you remember any of these, Matt?
No, I do not.
And most people have problems with remembering this. All right, so lateral area of a cone is pi RL. Pi times the radius times the slant height. And the lateral area of a cylinder is 2 pi R H. All right, so these are actually pretty, the only way I can mess with you is if I give you a diameter. Notice on number 25 and 28, I gave you diameters. So before you do any calculation, make sure you cut those in half. Pick one, Matt. All right, actually pick two, a cone and a cylinder.
25 and 28.
All right, let's do 25 and 27 because one is a diameter, one's a radius. All right, so on 25, we have a diameter, so we don't want to use 12. We want to use 6 because we need a radius. On number 27, look, it's 6 again, and that is the radius. That's what we want to use. So all we're going to do is type in pi. Well, the radius is 6, and the slant height is, I wrote R. The radius is 6, and the slant height is 13.4. So the hardest part about this entire process is just making sure you write the right formula. I mean, the calculation isn't that challenging. For the cylinder, well, 2 is 2, pi is pi. The radius is 6, and the height here is 7. All right, do both of those with your calculators. Calculator.
Are we leaving in terms of pi?
No, I'm going to be mean to you, and because you got a calculator in front of you. So half the time, a lot of the books say leave it in terms of pi simply because they don't want to give you a calculator. Other times, as you get to higher level math, it's because we're going to do something with it. This particular one, since I know you're going to have a calculator, I'm going to say, no, I want the approximate value.
The first one is 252.456.
And did you use the pi key or did you use 3.14?
3.14.
So you said 252.
0.45.
Now I want you to do that calculation again, use the pi key.
Okay. $252.58.
Yeah, so notice it's a difference, but it's not a huge difference. The answers that you will see in the back here, if I go to number 25, it won't say 252.45. It's going to say 252.58. So notice it says 252.58 for number 25. So they are not using 3.14. They are using the pi key when they do that calculation. Either one is fine. It doesn't matter. Right.
Which one do you want us to use on the test?
Whichever one floats your boat. Doesn't matter to me. All right. A lot of times, I mean, I just simply calculate how many keystrokes does it take. So on my calculator, I don't have pi as, oh yeah, I do. So it would take me 2 keystrokes to type in the pi symbol. It would take me 3.14. It would take me 4 keystrokes to type in 3.14. So I'm all about, what's the one that requires me to hit the fewest buttons, fewer buttons, fewer mistakes. All right, the second one, what did you say the answer was for number 27?
Using 3.14, it is 263.76.
And if you notice on here, they say 263.89. So the reason why they get a larger number is because they're using more digits of pi. We stopped at 3.14. So that's why it's different. All right. Okay. So that's lateral area, no big deal. We will do total area here. Okay, total area. I should have erased the L, but I didn't. All right, total area. Well, total area is the lateral area plus the base area. So for the cone, well, the base area is a circle, so it'll be plus pi r squared. And for a cylinder, right? The total area, well, there's not one circle, there's two, so it'd be plus 2 pi r squared. As always, this would be a lot of formulas to memorize. Make darn sure, I mean, 100% sure you're using the right formula. All right, so the only way I can mess with you here is give you a diameter one. We'll do 30 and 31 here, 30 and 31 here. All right, so for total area, let's see, that would be pi RL, so pi times the radius, which is 1. Oh, life is nice, it gave us a 1. Times the slant height, which is 7.1. You don't even need to multiply by 1, plus pi times the radius. Well, 1 squared is 1. Okay, there we go. Notice that would be 7.1 pi plus another pi. So that would be what? 8.1 pi. It doesn't say leave it in terms of pi, so you actually need to do that calculation. So what's 8.1 times pi? This is 30. That would be your Q, Matt.
Sorry, I'm like failing on this calculator right now.
I got 25.43.
How did you type the numbers in? I'm literally just trying to type in 3.14 and it's like going crazy.
I don't know. It's your calculator. You could always hit the clear button and start over. Did you get 25.43?
I fixed it, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to do 31. So the only difference here is the radius is not 10, the radius is 5. All right, so total area, this is going to be a longer calculation. 2 times pi times the radius here is 5 times the height here is 6. Now, if I were really doing this and the numbers were friendly like that, I might write 30 instead of 5 times 6 plus 2 times pi. And I mean, I can do that. I mean, unless the radius is weird, a decimal, I might just do it in my head. 5 squared is 25. So I might write 25. So let's see, 5 times 6 is 30, times 2 is 60. So I get 60 pi plus double 25 would be 50 pi. And 60 plus 50 is 110. So I'm getting 110 pi, which would be what?
Is it 345.4?
All right, so we got 345 and we got 25 with some change for 3031. So 225 and 345. I left off units. I'll put them there in a second. For what were the numbers? For 3031. All right, so 30 is 25 and 31 is 345. We did get the right answers. All right, cool. Total area. All right, now we move on to volume. As always, volume is the easier of the calculations. So volume for a cone is volume is equal to the base area times the height divided by 3. But wait a minute, the base area is a circle. So we can instead write pi r squared times the height, all divided by 3. Different for a cone. Cone is the base area times the height, no divided by 3. The base area is a circle, so pi r squared h. All right, let's see. The radius is not 2 here. The radius is 1. That makes our life a whole lot easier. So that would give us pi. The radius is 1. 1 squared is 1, so I'm not going to write that. Times 3. Oh, my word, the answer is pi. 3 divided by 3 would cancel, and so you're left with 3.14. Boy, there's a math teacher problem right there. Only a math teacher would write it so that the answer is pi. That doesn't happen in real life. And that is your volume. So 3.14. For the cylinder over here, let's see, the radius is 2. 2 squared is 4. So that would be 4 times 3. Well, that's 12. So I might have done that one in my head and just wrote 12 pi. And 12 pi, Matt, is... should be 37-ish, something like that.
Yep, 37.69 using the pi key.
Okay. So we got 37 and 3.14 for 33, 34, 33, 34, 3.14, 37. 3.14, 37. Look at us. Does it say round in the nearest 10th? No, it says round in the nearest 100th. Okay, cool. On to our last shape. Our last shape of the day is the sphere. I don't know why they don't use total area. Well, total area is made up of lateral area and base area. It's all called the surface area, but now they drop the thing and they don't say total area, they say surface area. Okay, so surface area of a sphere, SA for surface area. If you want to put total area, okay. Surface area is equal to 4 pi r squared. And the only way, I gave you 4 of these, I probably should only give you 2 of them. The only way you can mess this up is if you use the diameter instead of the radius. So the diameter on number 37 is 4, so therefore the radius is 2. So you get 4 times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4. So we get 16. Now I'm doing the squaring in my head. And I don't know, by the time you get to be a sophomore in high school, most people will probably do that. But if you really want to keep yourself from having a possibility of making any mistakes, then write 2 squared and slow down and do that math in your head. All right. 16 times pi is about what, 49 or something?
50.24.
50.24. 50.24. All right, 50.24. And that would be in inches. We're doing area, inches squared. I'm not going to do 2 of these. I'll only do 1 of them. 37, 50.24, 37, 50.27 is what they got. All right, so that's surface area. There is no total area. I mean, it's just surface area. There's no lateral area. So the only one left is the ugliest one. It's just because it's got a fraction. We discriminate against fractions. We don't like them. So V for volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. It's not that bad. It's just 4/3. And since it's a calculator test, 4/3 pi times the radius, not squared because we're doing volume, it's cubed. 4/3 pi r cubed. Pick one, Matt.
42.
42. 42, the radius is 10. Remember, if I give you a diameter, you got to cut it in half. So the radius is 10 in number 42. So that would give me 4/3 times pi. 10 cubed, 10 times 10 is 100 times another 100, times another 10 would be 1,000. So 10 cubed would be 1,000. Unfortunately, 3 doesn't go into 1,000. So you're left with 4,000. 4 times 1,000, 4,000. 4,000 over 3 times pi. By the way, if you ever are doing this for a multiple choice test, pi is about 3, right? So 3 divided by 3, if pi was 3, would cancel. So for me doing a multiple choice test, for me doing a multiple choice test, I would look to see the answers. And if one of them is really close to 4, as long as there's not 2 really close to 4,000, then you've already found your answer. But pi does not cancel with a 3, so we actually have to do the math. But I'll tell you, the answer is going to be close to 4,000. By the way, what's the answer?
4,186.66.
And if that was a multiple choice test, like I said, if there were 2 answers close to 4,000, then I would have to do the work. But there was only one, then you can save yourself a little bit of time. All right. that is the entire test, with the exception of the one. I got to check the test. I sure hope I didn't. Like I said, the honors kids are taking the test right now. So it would just be on numbers 13 through 16 that we just got to be careful with. So 13 and 16 are the ones I want you to do, not 14 and 15. You can do 14 and 15. Like I said, you'd have to do each one of those 4 triangles separately, or realize that opposite triangles are congruent as well too. And then just double one of those triangles and then double the other one. I mean, that's how you would do it. That formula that we have, which is PL divided by 2, is only for regular pyramids. So I'll make sure, at least for you guys, the test is correct. And now I have to rush and see if I can. Technically, the honors kids shouldn't be taking their test until this afternoon, so I should probably be able to fix it. Matt, do you have any specific questions?
I do not.
Cool. Well, that's all I have for you. So no class tomorrow. Obviously, it's test day. So no class on Monday because it's the day off. So next time I see you, we will start chapter 13, and it'll be Tuesday. So good luck on your test, and I'll see you on Tuesday.